the fire department.
Come on, this ain't fucking Disneyland. Let's go.
And after a while, I said, you know, there's nothing I can do here. I need to go back to the firehouse. Maybe they'll have some news.
No.
Maybe he's already back there. But at that point, I think he's dead. And it becomes too overwhelming.
Walking back to the firehouse and not trying to think for 1 second about troops. That was too much.
Don't worry, honey. We'll stay at home.
Everyone's asking me, what happened? What happened? I said, hell. Hell is what happened.
It just came down, and it wasn't supposed to come down.
Very emotional. A lot of guys are crying. I'm crying.
Where the fuck are you?
I couldn't get back in. They won't let me off.
Well, leave the oxygen in. Hold on.
We don't know how many guys are missing.
Down here looking. I got thrown into 2 ambulances. We bolted, we ran.
I never got so many hugs in my life. They were glad to be alive hugs. It was a great thing to know that people were surviving this.
I thought you guys were dead. Not the only one. I thought I was dead.
We lost so much in that 2-hour period.
How you doing, all right?
We felt like we got the hell kicked out of us.
Shot, I don't know what to do, man. Go back down there or what? Fucking get shot.
Is everyone okay? You guys were in the building? Yeah.
So many thoughts and emotions, and we got to call our loved ones, tell them we were okay.
You made it out. You just made it out. I'm never so happy to hear my mother's voice.
Little to little, the guys started to come back, one by one. Again, the cameraman would just film.
And it was just like, you heard the ground rumble, and it was just fucking debris was just chasing you. We were running, hauling ass.
So it was just filming them coming back and asking them if they had seen Jews. And nobody could answer this question. It was extremely frustrating and annoying. One guy from the firehouse came to me and I asked him, have you seen Jules? Do you know where he is? And he looked at me and he said, yes, he's behind you. And I turned over, and Jules was there in the firehouse. I didn't even see him coming in. And it was like meeting for the first time.
Quoi? Écoutez-moi, moi j'étais en vie, je savais pas si tu étais dans le camion.
I asked Jules if he's alright. He tells me yes. He tells me that he was all that time in the lobby.
I never thought I was so happy to meet my brother, that's for sure. Cry like babies for about 10 minutes.
C'est pas beau des gens qui sont heureux. Dès qu'on est arrivé, il y en avait deux qui étaient tombés à travers.
I tell him, I know now what it's like to think you're going to die.
Oh, fuck, man. We're worried about you. You don't know what happened to you guys. Oh, God. Everybody's all right? Everybody's accounted for?
Right here.
You got everybody? Right here. Everybody's accounted for?
Nice to know, police.
You all right? What's up, Patty?
I can't believe we all made it out. How did we make it out of that building? 30 seconds. Another 2 flights higher. Why am I alive? So many others are dead.
We got down to the lobby and we saw they abandoned the command post. We knew we were in trouble.
We came down. It was much worse than it was when we went up.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Chief Judge?
Right? We went up and they had everything set up. We came down. It was desolate. It was like, holy shit.
When we came down to the lobby, it was like the first in the wars. There was nobody there. Well, fuck, what do we do? We made it outside. We made it about a block.
We made it at least 2 blocks, and we started running. Floor by floor, it started popping out.
It was if they had detonated. They were planned to take down a building. Boom, 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 boom.
All the way down. I was watching it and running.
Just ran up West
And then you just sort of this cloud of shit chasing you down.
Couldn't
Just
outrun
ran
it.
up West Street.
I could outrun it.
So what'd you do?
I jumped behind a battalion car, I hit under the car, I was just waiting to die.
The scene here is reminiscent of a nuclear winter.
Right now, everyone is walking around with masks covering their face. There's people just wandering the streets, covered in blood, covered in plaster. They were near the site when the buildings collapsed.
We're about to the 20th floor. We hear this fucking rumbling, and I guess that's when 2 came down. I guess it hit 1, crushed out the Marriott, whatever. We're fucking dead.
I guess the best way to sum this up is the World Trade Center is no more.
Sit down. The loss of life, one can only imagine, is just enormous. It must be incomprehensible at this point.
They have a fireman's body in house on the floor. They dragged him in, but they can't identify him because the shirt where his name is ripped and it's only half the body.
The building started shaking. The guy started running, and then by the time I got to the bottom, his body sitting on the ground.
Chaplain, we carried out the chaplain. He was dead.
He was dead?
It exploded and we all just blew us all in.
They fired upon the chaplain?
Yeah, all back. He had no pulse, nothing.
The way we lucked out, we were in 1. 2 fell first, and then they told us to get out. 2 fell first? 2 fell first. I can't figure this out.
When you guys came,
It fell while we were in the building.
yeah, that's why. When you guys came out of the building, 2 was already gone.
Yeah, 2 was gone when we came out of 1.
Watch it on the news. 2 fell. 1 didn't fall first.
That's why they were getting us out.
The United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.
I'm going to want a list of the New York City firefighters and officers that are willing to go back to work again. Okay, we probably won't be leaving for at least a half hour, but I want to get a list. And then
I don't know why myself and the other guys were picked to survive this.
We're going to need masks down there.
In a way, I feel that there must be a reason.
And then we'll leave as soon as we get the order from division.
What am I supposed to do to earn this? It's not easy being a survivor.
Put your head back now, gently.
Oh, that day changed everything.
I think I got fibers in there. You got fibers in there.
When I came back that day to the firehouse, one firefighter came to me and he said, you know, yesterday you had one brother. Today you have 50.
Good to see you.
It's hard to even describe the emotions in the firehouse that day. On one hand, you celebrate.
Very frightful day, man. Very happy to be here.
Somehow the guys from our house, they got out. Everybody come back one by one at the firehouse, except one.
Did you see Tony over there, Benetatos? Tony.
Benetatos is the only one that...
We were all accounted for, except for Tony. Everybody was wondering about Tony.
At the same time, we knew hundreds of firefighters, thousands of people, had to have died in those towers. And every hour that passed, we were more certain Tony Benetatos was one of them.
Hey guys, Deputy Chief Hill called. 1st Division, he doesn't want anybody else down here right now. They got 1 million guys that are standing around doing nothing. So it's a direct order from Hill.
I'd come in from home, and yeah, we were ordered to stay at the firehouse. But the truth is, the guys had to go back. Had to start digging for survivors.
That fucking mentality, get in there, get in there, get in there, get the people out. It's bred in you, it's programmed into you.
I had to go back and find the kid.
It's gone, man. 7 came down.
I got down there just as 7 World Trade finally collapsed.
Hey Rick, they've been going live with you the whole...
No sign of Tony anywhere. It had to be almost 6 o'clock. 9 hours to everything started. That Tony just walked in.
I walked in like a daze. They were all like, hey, it's Benetatos, you're all right.
What's wrong with your hand? Anything?
No.
No? Yeah. You all right?
Yeah.
Chill out.
How you doing? You okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Oh. What happened on your end?
I was in the building.
Were you? Is everyone from the house? Everyone?
Everybody's accounted for. Sit down over there, grab some benches. You want something to drink? You want something to eat?
How you doing, Tony? Nice vitamin C there for you. All right?
So everyone's accounted for?
What do you want here?
Everyone who was out at the box?
You was the last one.
You motherfuckers, man. I was so sure you dudes were dead. I'm fucking digging through shit. And you fuckers are chilling here eating oranges? And I'm roaming around looking for you.
The last one that went out there came back, and we were all okay.
I left here right after the first collapse.
Turns out, Tony had been with Larry Burns the whole time, the probie and the retired chief. They were right there when Tower 1 came down.
We go into the various surrounding buildings.
Hello! Are you on the street? Hello! Come to the light!
trying to calm people down,
Stay where you are. Stay here until you hear different.
directing people to go to the Brooklyn Bridge to get off the island.
Everybody, please evacuate the area immediately.
There's people crying, people injured. The one that sticks out in my mind is there's a guy, his arm had looked like severed here, and he was holding his right arm and his left as he was running. And he was screaming as I was like, I need a medic, I got a bad bleed. You know, and that kind of shocked me. We kept going. I checked all the rigs. There were rigs crushed, paramedic trucks covered with rubble, flipped. Fires burning everywhere, huge fires. That whole day I just searched through rubble, lifting things up, checking underneath.
It was hard for him. It was very hard for him. He's only been a firefighter for, a couple of months. But he proved himself that day. To other guys, yeah.
There was so much that we didn't know about that first day. Who had attacked us, how, why. All we knew is that nothing would ever be the same.
I must have saw about 7 or 8 bodies flying through the air, coming from 80 floors up.
And then, of course, the images of the replay that never stops of the planes hitting, the towers coming down. And it was like, okay, enough TV. Thankfully, the power went out about that time, so it was a relief.
Put this generator maybe in the courtyard, and then we'll hook the lights into it. I got 2 more sets of lights coming.
The entire downtown Manhattan lose power. It was really this feeling that we're going to be there for a long time.
At the firehouse that night, we just tried to take it all in.
It's weird, look at the date.
9/11.
That's the date.
But that's just it, the whole thing. They know we're all ready for New Year's Eve. They were all ready for this. We're all ready for that. We're not ready for September 11th.
Has anybody seen the news? What else happened?
You know what? I'm afraid to watch the news.
But both towers are completely level.
Both towers, 3 buildings are fucking.
I think they disconnected
completely fucking gone.
4, 5, 6, 7 is gone. They're all gone.
The roof of the Marriott, we were on the roof of the Marriott. There was parts all over the fucking place. Legs, feet. It was nasty.
You all right, brother?
Yeah, I'm all right. One of the things that sticks with me more than everything I saw is I sat down next to Ted. He looked real bad. I said, Tony, man, it was raining bodies. And just the way he said it, man, the man had been through hell.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts.
It's a very depressed, dismal, miserable mood. Hundreds of your firemen, thousands of civilians are gone. As quickly as you blow out a match, they're gone. Flip a switch, they're gone. That's it. Those buildings came down. Gone.
See them. It's hard to believe they're not there. They're not there.
This was my first reaction.
They're gone.
There is no more World Trade Center.
No.
It did happen, right? It's not something that I'm going to close my eyes and open them again and I'm going to see the tower, right? It's not there.
You know, and the only thing you have really, and the only thing that really kept it all together was us as a group, as a body, as a firehouse.
Around midnight, we sent Tony up to lower the flag to half-mast again.
There's going to be a lot of pain to deal with in the future. I have a pretty good friend who was in my academy class in my squad, who's among the missing. A lot of guys, we all lost friends and family.
I don't want to ever have to put that thing at half-mast again for the rest of my career. That's it.
Until the recall ends, it's 24 on, 24 off, 24 on, 24 off.
We got word that we'd start digging in the morning. Some of the guys with wives and kids went home, just for a few hours. They knew it might be days before they'd see their families again.
My son was sleeping. I picked him up, and I put him in my bed, and I wanted him to be with me. And normally I would take him out of my bed and put him in his own bed, but this night was the opposite. He didn't mind that. He actually had a big smile on his face, and it was wonderful to see that smile again.
Probably the best entrance I ever made to a place.
And the kids came out, and we just kind of all cried in one big hug. And it was, we just cried.
What's up, old line? Okay, just let me climb up there. Keep the 3.5 in the middle so we
Came back to the firehouse the next day. I couldn't wait to get back, actually, because I wanted to get down there. I figured, well, we're going to have plenty of people that are going to be trapped, for sure. We're going to get them out. We always do.
I don't know if anyone's really pulled themselves together.
Focus on what you're doing today. I mean, time enough in a couple of weeks to really take in what happened to our guys. But today, you must focus on what you're doing. Go in teams of 2. One guy falls through a hole, you're going to have a guy there that knows you fell in that hole. Let's take a ride.
We're all alive. That's more than we could have possibly hoped for. So our job now is to go and do whatever needs to be done. And do it as much and as hard as we can for as long as they'll let us.
Some of the guys took a city bus down to what the media was already calling Ground Zero.
You guys got extra surgical gloves? You guys didn't put them in your pockets.
Some firemen called it the pile. For us, it was still the trade center, even if it was gone.
Hey guys, if you hear 3 horns, that means something might be coming down. So keep your eyes open when you're walking around down there.
just realized something that I always wanted to deny, is how evil can be.
I need 5 firefighters, 19 and 12.
We went down there and formed up companies, 5-man and an officer.
Let's go!
We went to work right away, trying to look for survivors.
Try and get some buckets back here. Buckets!
Guys were digging fast, passing those buckets quick. Digging frantically.
Bucket! Bucket! Hey, watch your back, guys.
We'd be digging, and all of a sudden everybody would say, quiet. And the whole place would get quiet, and people would look. And then slowly they would go back to work and start again. And that's how things went down there.
I remember the first time I went there, it was like, you know, gateway to hell.
You'd never know unless you were there. But the pile itself seemed to have a life of its own. It moved and shifted underneath us. Every step you took, you could fall 30 or 40 feet into a void. It spewed fire when we dug into it and had buried thousands of people beyond our reach.
All we saw was steel, and I didn't know how we were going to get below that. Like, how are we going to find anybody in this?